Hey guys, how you doing today? This is Hayes Mobile Auto Repair. For those who don't know me, today is going to be a little different video. We are going to talk about money and how much money a mobile mechanic can make if they're diligent and they work hard and they keep on their hustle. And I'm going to show you my hustle. Andrew, I've been in business for 11 years. Yeah, a little over 11 years right now, and so I've got a lot of experience being self-employed, and this is a lot of years of building new strategies. So I might be able to show you some things, you might be able to show me some things, but today or tomorrow morning I'm going to show you how I do it and the potential for other mobile mechanics to do the same thing or even better. Okay, this is a motivational video for all you mechanics out there, or shade trees, or whatever kind of technician you are. Yeah, it's possible to change your life. You're not going to get rich, you're probably not going to be Donald Trump, but at least you won't be broke and hungry like I used to be. We do need some more mobile mechanics out here. We really do. Some good mobile mechanics, the ones that don't guess and they always test. We need lots of them out here. I also want to mention, when I first started here in Jackson 11 years ago, I hardly made 60, maybe 150 the next day, 200 the next day, 55, $60. It was a lot of back and forth, and God forbid the fairs in town, or it's a holiday, or it's Thanksgiving or Christmas, then you're slowed down for a little while. I think that's probably normal for the first few years until your clientele builds up. But after you get a little bit of base in your clientele, that'll all smooth out, and you'll get jobs over the holidays, and everything will smooth out. You're just going to have to sacrifice that first couple years and dig in. AC job today. We had high pressures. They put too much Freon in it, plus the relay was faulty. All right, Honda done. Let's go ahead and get on this this Dodge Ram over here. We'll get that started. I'm gonna go to Waffle House first to get me some breakfast, and then we'll get to it. Let's do it. Over here and charge this up. Hey Julio, get that battery charger and hook this up. There ain't no Julio. I ain't got no helpers. Means I gotta do it. Oh my God. Ugh. Oh my God. So these are completely toasted. Let's take a look at the upper control arms. This actually connects to the tire, okay? Watch that. Definitely toasted on this side. I told them to get new control arms. There's no sense of just doing this ball joint right now. And they're riveted, so they're gonna be expensive to do. All right, guys. And now the rack and pinion is out. Less than an hour. So an hour to put back in here, fill it up with fluid, bleed out the system if I have to, and I'll be done, and that'll be $500 strong right there. And I got a couple mobile calls that I want to get to, but I don't know how I'm going to work it. The people that I work for are pretty flexible. They just say, hey, come whenever you can. And man, I appreciate that, because it hasn't always been like that. I used to be Johnny on the spot. Man, where you at? I'm coming. Honda, and that bill right there was was I charged $150. She didn't get any parts. She didn't need to be replaced. And I got the right diagnosis done for her, and she's happy camper. Even gave me a review right there on the spot. So thank you very much. There's more money in don't guess testing than there is at part changing. There's a lot more money involved. So what I would recommend to all the mechanics that watch me, just do your very best and not do a lot. Don't do any guessing. Forget that. Don't do any guessing. All right, so we got the Honda set up and on jack stands. We parked the Dodge over there, and we're gonna go ahead and get started on this air compressor. So let's get to it, y'all. Hey Julio, we got some, the guy over there needs his AC checked. Never mind, I'll get it. I'll get it. Got another one over here, a drop by, his AC problem. I already found the problem, it was a leaking condenser. We put a big fat O-ring in it, right in here. I was just spitting out Freon. So we do a leak detection. Not leaking no more. So we just put our grill back on and we'll be done. And this will be another one done for today. All right, the AC is nice and cold. We fixed the leak. That's 165 parts and labor, 3 cans of Freon. So it's probably, it's about 100 and, that's 135 right there. Okay, 135 for me. Yes, I got into another shirt. I'll probably change shirts about 3 times a day. Before I call it a day, we're gonna go do a Cadillac STS alternator. And we'll tally up the amount of money that we made. Well, I can do that right now because I already got the ticket. It's $176 more. $1,196 is what I've made. Yeah, we're done after this Cadillac. There she is, so I gotta go. We just filled up her air. Let's get on down to this STS and do this alternator. I've been working here for the past day, so Julio, come clean that up. Come and clean that mess up. Put that trash over there. Never mind, I'll get it. 14 volts, y'all. 14 volts. So we're good to go here. Another tip, which is a good, it's a good thing to do, is always leave after the customer leaves. If you're in a parking lot somewhere and you just worked on the vehicle, try to leave after they leave. Make sure everything is good, and they feel better that you waited. You just didn't haul ass after you got paid. So it's a good tip. Okay, guys? Okay, guys. Okay, guys. First of all, I want to start like this. There is a distinct difference in becoming a mobile part changer and a mobile mechanic. There's a distinct difference. The mobile part changer will go out there, the customer say, hey, you know, put on an alternator, put on a starter for me without any testing or anything, and they'll go out there and they'll put on them starters and alternators, and it won't fix the problem that they're having. But the mechanic is still going to get paid, which is not a good thing, because then they're looking at you all crazy, like you should have known it wasn't the starter before I put it on there. So you really don't want to put that. That's just part of the stigma that we have by doing stuff. The customers really don't blame themselves too much, they blame you, and they'll never call you again. So you might as well scratch that client off your repeat customer list, because they're more than likely not going to call you back since you went through all that, changed the part, you didn't test it, and now they got to find somebody else that can find the problem. So scratch that client off your list. He's not calling you back. Okay, so what I do is I always test. So you want to make it a point in the very beginning of your starting this business. You want to always test everything. You want to verify that that customer is putting on the right part. I don't care if it's a tune-up, an oxygen sensor, a starter, an alternator problem, charging problem, whatever you're working on. I want you to be, what I'm suggesting you to do so you can be successful at this is don't be a part changer. Test everything. Test everything. Have your meters, your multimeter, your power probe, a test light. You got to have those three things at least. You want to have, let's just jump into the tools that you're gonna need. Power probe, multimeter, test light. You know, at least start with something, a test light, at least a test light. You want to have a fuel pressure tester. You want to have a compression tester in your vehicle. And of course your basic tools. Okay, and you can buy all these tools at Harbor Freight for really, really cheap. Just get one at a time, two at a time, you know, whatever you can afford. But those are important tools to get started with. Your basic tools, a jack, some jack stands. Safety is always first. If you hurt yourself on the job, something falls on you, the jack gives out, something happens to you, it's over. It's over. You're not getting no workman's comp. So I hope you're saving some money. All right, it's important to save money. Yeah, you have to be really careful. So safety always first. Always put a jack stand under the vehicle. Do not put a jack stand on rocks or on an incline. Always have flat surface to work on. Always. It's life or death out here, guys. You don't have the comfort of a shop and put it on the lift. You know, you got to do everything caveman style, and that's getting on your back. You know, getting up, getting your workout on, your sit-ups, and yeah, you're going to get all of that. So it's important to also to get your exercise in every day. Do a little bit extra. Oh man, there's just so much to say, guys. But we're going to start from the beginning. We'll keep it at the beginning. We talked about tools. Oh, it's also another good thing to build up towards is after every job, like I did, I can only tell you how I did it because I didn't have any tools when I started this business. I went to Sears and bought me an $80 Craftsman set. I was driving around in my Cadillac Eldorado with shoe polish on my windshield. In New Orleans, as a matter of fact. I started this business after Katrina. So in every job that I went to, I bought a tool. I don't care if it's a socket, you know, a test light. Every job you buy a tool, and before you know it, you will have a full arsenal of tools. Okay, I mean, you can also rent tools from the parts stores. If you really can't afford it in the beginning, you can rent them and take them back and get your money back. Of course, that's more time that comes out of your day because you got to go back to the parts store, wait in line, get your return for your part. But you know, you got to do what you got to do until you're at that comfortable level and you got some money saved. Okay, and then you want to start buying these tools. It's going to save you lots of time. Lots of time. You might go to a job 3 days later after returning and you need that tool again. And then you got to run back to the parts store and you got to run back to the job and that's another hour out of your day. You want to try to eliminate all these extra hours of you running back and forth getting stuff, parts, tools. So that's what you're working for, to build on that. Another thing that I do, once I was able to, about a year, maybe 6 months to a year after I started this business, I started, say I had enough money saved, so if someone needed a fuel pump, I could buy a fuel pump with my money, and they pay me my money back. And I work on a trust basis, so I've never not gotten paid for a job. Oh, well, I take that back. Once I didn't get paid for a job. So that brings up another point. It's always good to be upfront. Upfront on the phone when you're talking to your customers, your new customers. That, you know, I have a such and such fee to come out there, and make it very clear. Sometimes I even say, how much is my fee again? And as long as they repeat it to you, I'm good with that. I said, okay, we're good, I'm on my way. Try to be nice about it. Don't be an asshole about it, because you don't want to lose no customer over that. But remember, which brings me on to another point. Remember that you are in charge, and I want you to have an attitude in the very beginning, like, this is my show. You might have the money in your pocket to pay for this job, but I'm running the show. You're not running. Customers don't run me. All right, now on that note, now that you bought this fuel pump or alternator or starter, what you're actually doing now is you're creating a rapport with the parts store that you deal with. You only want to pick one. I deal with O'Reilly's Auto Parts because I don't get a lot of bad parts from O'Reilly, so that's why I shop with O'Reilly's. And what you're doing is now you're creating an account at the parts store, and now you're building whatever money you spend. You'll start getting discounts on all those parts that you're buying, and that's what you want. Even in the beginning, if you're only putting you're getting $5 discount, $10, $20, $50. If you're only making that a week on discounted parts, that's an extra $50 you got in your pocket that week. It's $200 extra in your pocket a week. I do not mark up customers' parts. So if a starter costs $100 at the parts store, I'm charging the customer $100 at the parts stores, because I'm spending money and I'm getting, $5 discount. I might get $20 discount just for buying a battery for a customer. Okay, you hear what I'm saying? So you build that up, you build up the amount of money you spend on parts, and you're gonna make some money on parts without marking up the customer, without marking the part up on the customer. It's fair, and this is the way you do it out here. If you want to make some money and you want to be fair and honest, okay? There's no sense of doing like Goodyear and Firestone and the dealerships do or whatever, and then marking up the part 35%. That's a lot of freaking percentage that customers are paying, and I wouldn't appreciate it. So try not to do that. Try not to listen to everybody else and how they do business. Listen to me. All right? Don't mark up the parts. You're going to get all your labor. Make sure you get all your labor, but look out for the customer and don't mark up on the parts, because you're making discounts on the parts. Okay? For instance, now I've been doing this a minute. So right now, just to give you an idea of what's going on, I probably, since I spend a lot of money, I go to the parts store, and I always use the same parts store Like I said, you can't jump around to AutoZone and O'Reilly. Then you get warranties all screwed up. And I mean, where did I get that part? Did I get it at AutoZone or Advanced Auto or O'Reilly's? And then you run into a problem. So you got to know where you buy your parts. If a lady calls you up a year later and she has a warranty on the starter that you bought, you want to know where you got that starter so you can get a replacement for her. Okay? I do not, on that note, I do not, if that starter goes out a year down the road, they're paying the labor again. I did not make that part. I am not doing extra labor for a part that's O'Reilly's. Even though I bought it, and I did make a discount, but I didn't mark up the parts. You got that? I didn't mark up the parts 35%. So I'm not paying for a starter that goes out a year and a half later and do a free job. You don't do that. You don't do that out here. Okay? If you did shitty work and you put the starter on wrong, you just can't assume, I did the starter right. Like, you don't make mistakes. You got to go out there and you check it and you make sure you did everything right, unless you have the triple check system like me. But I still go out there, I check it. I said, nah, man, you got a bad start. I got to get another one. What I was talking about is getting a rapport with the parts store. Make sure you use the same parts store. Make sure you use the same parts store, and you'll start getting discounts. And you'll make hundreds of dollars when you start spending a lot of parts at the same parts store. You'll make hundreds of dollars more extra a week, bi-monthly, monthly. So yeah, it's gonna click once you start doing it. That's a very good tip, guys. That's gonna help you out. It's gonna help you buy soap to wash your clothes, latex gloves, shop towels, chemicals. I keep a stock of like battery clamp terminals. Always good idea to keep them in your truck. Just for those simple repairs. Like, oh man, you need some battery clamps too, man. This is busted and this is rusted and, corroded. So do that. Hey, I do want to mention, we need so many good mechanics out here. I get so frustrated when people say, man, I had a mechanic out here, he just popped on a part and still had the same problems. $700, $800, $1,000 later, after changing part after part, after guessing and guessing and guessing, then they call me, and I get it fixed for like a quarter of the price, man. It's ridiculous. And so I feel good about myself. And I want you to feel good about yourself, going out there and not doing any guessing, man. Do the right work, get the right diagnosis done, get the car fixed. And I'm telling you, man, since there's so many shitty mechanics out there, you're going to be on the top. You're going to be on top in no time. Just don't guess. Always test everything. And I promise you, if you keep watching my videos, I've been doing this 11 years. I can get you where I'm at right now. I have that much confidence. I can get you where I'm at in half the time. You'll be making money like me in 5 years. And I'm gonna start, if you like these videos, if you like this kind of video, please let me know and I'll make another one. If I don't hear anything, I won't make any more videos. But yeah, you gotta leave a comment if you want another video, and I'll get more in depth with a lot of tips and tricks and strategies. Because man, I tell you what, there is nothing like being self-employed and making a difference out here, out in the streets, and being a mobile tech. We are free. We're free, guys. We're free, guys. There's nothing. I'm throwing rocks at punching clocks. Ain't no way in hell I'm punching another clock. ever, ever. All right, I want you guys to be free too. I want you to be like Kunta Kinte. All right, guys. So as long as your customers are number one and you're trying to save them money, and you're meeting their concerns, that means you're getting the right problem fixed, you're going to be successful. And also, you don't want to chase the money. You don't want to get paid and haul ass like a heathen. All right, you want to make sure that it's fixed correctly, and you make sure that it's not going to come back because you got complacent or you got lazy, didn't want to tighten up a bolt all the way. You want to make sure you do things complete. If it takes you an extra 10, 15, 30 minutes to get it done correctly, take that time to get it done correctly. Otherwise, you're going to be doing another mobile call out there and spending more time than 30 minutes to fix it. It might take you 30 minutes and 30 minutes back just for the mobile call, not including the work. So I want to keep that. So keep that on your mind. No comebacks, no comebacks. Always triple check your work. And I know I keep pushing this because it's important. As long as you keep doing good work, all these other mechanics, there's a lot of them, guys, out there just popping on parts and taking people's money. I see it every single day. You know, I get to the customer and I still spent $500, it still ain't fixed. I put a new battery, put a new alternator on there, blah, 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 blah. And it turns out to be something totally different, like a parasitic draw. You hear what I'm saying? Lots of things. So, yeah, don't guess, test. As long as you do that, you're going to be on top of the game as far as being a mobile tech. So get your studying on, guys. You got to get your studying on. In the beginning, when I first started, I used to put in, not to make light of it, because I didn't have a 40-hour week when I first started. I don't think I took a day off unless it rained, poured down, or snowed in the first 3 years of business. Matter of fact, I didn't even go on a date for 3 years. No, I didn't go on no dates. Shit, I didn't even have any clothes besides work clothes. Honestly, I promise you. When I moved to Jackson, Mississippi, I had my truck, some tools, and I had Ace right here. That's the only thing. I had a duffel bag, a military duffel bag of clothes. That's all I had. And we made it. And we made it. We struggled. We put in, for the first 3 years, I put in no less than, I promise you, no less than 10 hours a day. Staying out there and staying visible. Don't go back home. Stay out in the streets, park at the parts stores, park at the gas stations if you're going to take a break. Somewhere where there's a lot of traffic. Get your magnet sticker on your vehicle, Mobile Auto Repair, you know, and people will come to you, they'll walk to you, you can talk to them, have your computer, your laptop set up, or your scan tool set up with Wi-Fi. These are things that are necessary. Your tablet, and sit and have your Coke and get on your iPad and study. Go on YouTube while you're taking breaks and study all the time. And in no time, man, you're gonna be sitting pretty. You're gonna be throwing rocks at these employers and feel good about yourself, like you made a difference out there. I feel that way every day. I'm excited and I have a lot of fun. Oh, and have fun. Have fun and make some money. Have fun first. If you're having fun first, that money's gonna come. I promise you. I promise you. If you enjoyed this video, like or subscribe. If you like this kind of video, please put a comment down below and I'll make a more detailed, more outlined video of of points that I need to talk about. Matter of fact, tell me the points you want to hear, and I'll put it on the video. All right, guys, we're out of here. Me, Acey, Wasey, Shadow, Wado, and my new puppy, Classic. I call him Classic Wastic. All right, we out. Peace. All right, guys, I know All right, guys, I know I said a lot already, but honestly, I could talk for another hour. I could talk for another hour. There's that much information that I would like to pass on because I want to see you guys successful. I did want to mention, if you ever wanted to say, man, your dream is I want to open up a shop. One day I'm going to work for such and such shop, the dealership, a shop, and I'm going to open up my shop one day. Wait and see. Yeah, man, you know, not to neg you out or nothing, but it's probably not going to happen. There's probably a small percentage of you that will actually happen. You probably got family with money. You got really, really good credit. Yeah, but if you're broke, like I was, you know, in the beginning, when I didn't have a lot of money, trying to figure out what I was going to do, man, am I going to be in the environmental field? Am I going to work for Goodyear? Am I going to work for that? You know, I'm not going to get my own shop working for an independent shop. I'm just not going to happen. You don't make enough money for an independent tech to save enough money, because it's a lot of expense to open up a shop, build a shop, open a shop, get lifts in there. You know, that's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So the only way that you really can make that dream happen is become a good mobile tech and not a part changer. You know, that's real stuff right there. That's real talk, as the kids say. All right, so something to think about. I want you to think about it. And yeah, because as you guys see, I can easily, after these years and of working as a mobile tech and building my name up and always doing the right job, doing the right diagnosis, and people call me and they know Hayes is going to fix it. That's what you want your customers to say about you. If anybody can do it, Mike can do it, or John can do it. Yeah, that's what you want. They might, yeah, anyways, that's what you want, and you're going to be successful, and you can start making, you know, 500, 600 minimum every day. Every day. I'm gonna let you guys do the math. Pull out your calculator. That's gonna happen. You keep watching these videos. I promise you, in 5 years, if you like these videos, I'll post more if you like them. And in 5 years, as long as you do, I'm gonna show you how I do it. And it's up to you if you take heed or not. But in 5 years, I'm going to help you get there. This is a big country. There's a lot of states, a lot of cities. If you live up north, oh my God, good luck. Because I used to work, I started over this business in 3 states. New Orleans, I started, moved to Jackson, Mississippi. Actually, I broke down in Jackson, Mississippi. And I said, well, because I was going to go to Memphis, Tennessee to start over after that hurricane, after Katrina. I broke down in Jackson. I was working on my truck. People see Mobile Auto Repair on my truck. So I made $200 in the parking lot while I was working on my truck. And I said, well, hell, I'll give Jackson, Mississippi a shot. And yeah, I haven't left. Well, I left to about 1.5 years later. This is another story, y'all. It's a little bit off track. I left, and but it's a good story. I left to get closer to my kids. Went back to Illinois, St. Louis area, and I got out there in that weather, and it was so cold, man. The wind chill factor was like in the teens. And I said, man, I got to get the hell out of here. It was urgent. I had to get the hell out of here. So, man, about 3 days later, I stacked me up like $700. I stacked me up like $700 in like a day or two, and I left about on that third day, headed back to Jackson, Mississippi, where I already built up a year and a half of clientele. So, and that's where I am today. And it's been, I'm on my 11th year back in Jackson, Mississippi. So anyways, that's a little bit off story, but yeah, I got lots of stories. If you guys want to hear them, just let me know. On that note, sorry I didn't know it was going to be this long of a video, but hopefully you got some good information out of it. And if I was unclear about anything, please post it below. Yeah. All right, guys, man, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to make another video, and I'm actually going to write it out like I said earlier. I'm going to actually write it out, some good points in the beginning. And I'll see you on the next video. Any questions, comments, please post them below. And anything else you got to say, I appreciate your comments. All right, guys, I'm out here, man. That's Hayes Mobile Auto Repair. That's AC Wacy. That's Shadow Wado. And that is my new puppy right over there. His name is Classic Wastic, I call him. That's AC Wacy and Shadow Wado. Shadow, Ace, and Classic. All right, guys, I'm out. Peace.